TIFU by messing around and discovering a classmate is pregnant. For context, I am a med student into my second year of med school. Today we had a urine lab, and for the vote of confidence, my professor decided it would be much appropriate for everyone to bring their own urine. So everyone had their urine in front of them in the container. And we were doing several tests. Making slides, microscope, testing for glucose, RBCs, etc. So on the central table. So after doing all my tests and recording them in my journal, I thought it would be fun to mess around. There was a pack of pregnancy strips. I don't know why the hell these things were there in the first place. So I thought literally nothing and picked up the strips and started reading the leaflet. In the meantime, everyone was done and they saw me. I don't know why we all had the same idea, and all 15 students picked up a strip and mindlessly dipped it in the urine container. As expected, nearly all of them tested negative. All but one. I cannot describe the horror on that girl's face. Like it was really horrified. She just without thinking took another strip and tested again. Still positive. She ran out of the lab very visibly upset. Me and the other classmates were really awkwardly staring at each other and trying to understand what happened in this turn of events. TL. Dear had a routine urine lab in med school. Started messing around after getting work done. Everyone took a pregnancy test and one turned out positive. I am reminded of a story about science teachers no longer offering to do familial blood typing. Guess what? You aren't your dad's kid. For the same reason. Next year there will be no pregnancy strips in the lab. Oh man, that poor girl. I had to take a pregnancy test to undergo surgery the other week. I mean, I knew I wasn't pregnant, but I was still so relieved when it came back negative. And then the guy whose strip tested positive decided to go have himself checked out for testicular cancer. When I was still attempting my chemical degree, this was one of the reasons we weren't allowed to use material from our own body to research on for lab classes. We could submit a request for stuff like pee, blood, tissue and such to get it from other source. Maybe you did her a favor. I mean, it's horrifically public and embarrassing. But at least she knows now. And early enough to have time to make an informed choice about what to do. It's not like you went around and tested everyone's sample. You only did yours and everyone else decided to follow your lead. And now, let's bring out the boyfriend. Jerry. Exclamation mark. I don't think this was your mistake. She was bound to find out sooner or later. Luckily it was sooner because of you. Now she has more time to decide what she wants to do. Relieved face. My wife's roommate was a med student in an ophthalmology rotation when she found out that she has a major optic nerve issue or some other eye issue that will affect her later in life. Since she is now a neurosurgeon, there were also several students in the graduation class that got married, had babies, and/or got divorced during school. Life happens. This reminds me of the story my sister told me. She was training to do sonography. They were on the pregnant unit. Had a pregnant lady come in. The professor stopped and moved on to the next subject. The pregnant lady was a classmate's friend. Turns out the baby died. Had a male tested positive, it may indicate testicular cancer. I hope the test strips are there again in the future. Edit. I remembered prostate cancer, but was corrected to testicular cancer. Lecturer once casually announced that they don't let us to look at our own chromosomes anymore, because the time to discover that your chromosomal sex doesn't match your gender is not in the middle of a lab skills assessment. About 1 in 700. Apparently. So about 1 every 2 years in my uni. Male student. Tests positive. MS. Lol. I am pregnant everyone. Teacher. You might have testicular cancer. MS. Runs out of lab rather visibly upset. On the bright side, she saved herself $4 on a kit. Did the lab teacher or assistant ran after her? I don't know why we all had the same idea and all 15 students picked up a strip and mindlessly dipped it in the urine container. As expected, nearly all of them tested negative. All but one. This just shows you aren't lying, as people in science are always prone to doing random shit that seems like it would result in something interest for the sake of it, lol. Sounds like she did it herself. Just that you were the first one to get one out. At least she knows. Pretty suck way to find out though. Did you know? If a male takes a pregnancy and it shows a positive, it is a serious sign of a testicular tumor. A similar thing happened in our urinalysis lab. A girl had a UTI and her urine came out positive for WBCs, and we observed bacteria in her urine. Slide.
If you enjoyed this video, please check out our playlists full of similar content. Epicaricast is like doom scrolling for your ears. Please like, share, and subscribe.